This is an AVNation special. My name is Tim Albright. I am your host. What we're doing is we are previewing CEDIA 2018. CEDIA happens September 6th through the 8th in beautiful San Diego, California. With me to talk about Just Add Power is my buddy and the rockingest AV person that I know, Mr. Taft Stricklin. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, Tim.
Always awesome to see you and hang out with you. We get to do that next week. Real quickly, before I forget, your booth number is 5344. 5344. Most folks are going to be familiar with Just Add Power, but just to recap, you guys take audio, video signals, HDMI signals, and send them over the network. You've been doing it for well over a decade. So as someone walks into your booth, steps into 5344, what are they going to see this year?
They'll see some familiar things. I mean, we do video wall, mosaic video wall, video switching, instant switching, upscaling and downscaling. We have a 509 PoE receiver now that also has a PoE out. I had an integrator tell me one time that one of his customers made a change or an addition to a project, which really surprised me. I didn't think customers ever did that. So I knew I'd get you laughing too.
Thank you. Yes.
So in this case, you could have a single cat at a location, PoE power our receiver, and then daisy chain out, and I do IP control of a TV or put a video wall in a location where you've only got one cat location, one cat cable, go out into a wired access point, but the PoE will pass through. Most switches will probably power 4 of our receivers, and then you can throw some power supplies on if need be later on. And that leads into Just OS, which we've been working on for a long time, which is our new firmware, our new operating system, and our new web interface. So there's been some limitations previously on the size of projects. So Just OS brings together what we call ESS, which is every switch supported. And that also opens things up where it doesn't matter what switch you're using, so long as the switch can handle the traffic. And so literally thousands and thousands of switches on the market. The new firmware maxes at managing 10,000 sources. So it's super, super, super easy. You now can see with every switch support and with a daisy-chained PoE device, you can pretty much walk into anybody's home or corporate network with pretty much any gigabit switch and make whatever cluster they have wired together work beautifully. And it makes the integrator look like a genius. So lots of cool things with Just OS. It's based on the REST API. So the REST API is broadly used in the IoT world. So we'll see some really cool things happen with that, and it makes control super easy. New API makes new drivers easy. It makes new features easy. We're constantly adding features. So everything in our 2G Omega and 3G are all compatible with Just OS and all compatible with every switch support.
Very cool. A couple questions here about some of the stuff you talked about. First of all, the PoE pass-through. Does the PoE pass-through, does it power the receiver as well as the item that you're powering down the line?
It does. So it powers the receiver, and then it passes through the PoE to PoE devices.
So how are you regulating? Because most PoE switches, a lot of them at least, they have limitations per port. So are you helping integrators making sure that they're doing the right power calculations to make sure
our device is going to max at 5 watts.
Okay, all right.
And so I've already gone through the whole process about 50 times with different integrators of, well, will this work? And I had an integrator trying to go out to an 8-port PoE powered switch and then go off that PoE powered switch to 2 WAPs that were at the far end of the building.
Okay.
And the answer to actually make that function and work was a $10 power supply plugged into our device. So our device no longer used any PoE budget. So there's a whole lot of things you could do with it, or you could throw another PoE injector on it or whatever it may be. The most common use I've seen is people coming out and plugging into whether it's a streaming sound bar or an IP controlled television. So that's super easy to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing that you guys are known for, and I say known for, every CD you have something spectacular when it comes to your get together, your party, your rockin' party. Last year it was Van Halen. It was a Van Halen theme.
Yep.
This year it's Queen.
This year we will rock you. So we have Queen Nation playing Friday night at the House of Blues. There will be drinks. You can pick up your laminated backstage pass to gain entry to the concert at our booth. Our co-sponsors are Luxol and Peerless AV, the mount company, and we're super excited about it. So this band has been together for over 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
They tour the world. When we went to check them out, I went to check them out. There were people in the audience when the lead singer came out and started performing. There were people in the audience that were tearing up. So the lead singer is like, without a doubt, a Freddie Mercury clone. To the point that if he was younger, he would be playing in the new Freddie Mercury movie. I mean, he's that dead on. And there will be a couple other cool surprises. We're doing our normal step and repeat photo booth, so you can jump into that and strap on a guitar and grab a microphone and create a band with all your friends and have some fun photos to share from the night. Everybody that shows up gets concert shirt because it's concert. And then I get to MC the event. Last year, when I got up to MC, I just had to remind everybody that if they were looking for a corporate event, it was probably somewhere down the street because we invited them to a rock show. And that's the same thing we're doing this year.
Excellent. This is, folks do come to CEDIA though for not only finding out, having a good time, but also finding out more information about new products and to get trained. You guys also have some training happening next week as well.
Yes, we do. We have training happening on Thursday and Friday. It's at 2 p.m. both days, and you can register for that in the CEDIA section of their website for training. So
very good.
I'm doing that as well.
Yeah, we'll put a link on this page as well. Not everybody's going to go to CEDIA though, sir. So if somebody's interested in following along with everything you'll be talking about next week and getting pictures from the Queen Nation show, how do they follow along with everything happening with Just Add Power?
So justaddpower.com, or you can go to facebook.com/Just Add Power, or the Twitter, which is also twitter.com/Just Add Power, and also Instagram. So the cool kids said we had to be on Instagram, so we're on Instagram now as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of announcements, a lot of craziness, and we hope everybody stops by the booth. And for those of you that are going to join us for the concert, it will be epic. I had people crying the day after the show last year that said, "Oh, we should have come. We heard this was amazing." This is the band that one of the guys in Queen hires to play his birthday party. So that kind of tells you a little bit about the quality of the band. So I'm looking forward to seeing you, Tim, and your whole crew.
We will absolutely be there. Taft and I actually talked about a couple months ago when he was on Resi Week, and I was planning on it since then. So he mentioned the booth again. The booth is 5344. Stop by there and get some training. Or if you're not going to the show, absolutely follow along with them at justaddpower.com. For us here at AVNation, you can follow along as we head to CEDIA 2018, September 6th through the 8th. All that at avnation.tv, avnation.tv.